Story 1, The Sand-Eaten Guest. Location, Nags Head, North Carolina, 1974. The Davis family had rented a Victorian beach house perched on a lonely dune overlooking the Atlantic. The house, aged and sun-bleached, had been listed at a suspiciously low price. The realtor attributed this to storm damage and outdated utilities. Jacob Davis, a practical man, chalked it up to a fixer-upper opportunity. His wife, Elaine, wasn't convinced. Neither was their 6-year-old daughter, Mia, who took one step into the upstairs bedroom and said, "Someone's in the walls." The nights were the worst. The wind howled constantly, not through the windows, but from inside the house. Doors would creak open slowly. Wet footprints appeared on the hallway floor, leading away from Mia's room. The family dog refused to go upstairs, whining and pawing at the base of the steps. Elaine started sleepwalking, something she had never done before. Jacob would find her at 3 a.m., standing motionless on the porch, her feet buried in the sand, eyes wide and blank, whispering, "He's beneath." Then Mia began talking about the guest. "He comes up from under the house," she told Elaine one morning. "He's not wearing skin." Jacob dismissed it as imagination until he tried inspecting the crawlspace. It was blocked off with nailed planks. Curious, he pried them loose, revealing a narrow sandy hollow with something buried in the middle. A human skull. Weathered. Grit-packed eye sockets staring blankly upward. That night, the house changed. The floors pulsed with soft, rhythmic thumps, like footsteps walking underneath the boards. The lights flickered and dimmed, and in the hallway mirror, Elaine saw a figure behind her. Sunken face. No skin. Mouth too wide, watching. They fled at sunrise, barefoot and panicked. The realtor never returned calls. The house still stands. The next tenant, a retired man named Harold Greaves, was found dead in the bathtub in 1976. Cause of death, drowning. The tub was dry, but his lungs were full of salt water and sand. Story 2, The Siren's Knock. Location, Ocean Shores, Washington, 1992. Emily Torres and her 3 college friends were spending a weekend at a secluded beach cabin Emily's uncle rarely used. It was rustic, surrounded by thick, misty pines, with the ocean no more than 50 steps from the front door. The first night passed uneventfully, just music, drinks, and laughter. The second night, it began. At exactly 2:13 a.m., 3 knocks on the door. Not frantic, not aggressive, calm, rhythmic. Tap, tap, tap. Nick opened the door to nothing, just the sound of the surf and the whisper of wind, but on the doorstep was a single wet footprint. The knocks came again the next night. Same time. This time, louder, faster. They didn't open the door. They listened. There was a voice this time. A woman humming. Emily stared out the window and for a split second saw someone standing in the waves. Long, dark hair, skin pale as driftwood. Motionless, watching. They turned all lights off, huddled in the back bedroom, and tried to sleep. At 4:26 a.m., they heard a scream. Not from the beach, but from inside the cabin. Nick bolted upright. The humming had moved. It was outside the bedroom door. The handle turned, slowly. But the door was locked. They waited for what felt like hours. By dawn, it was gone. On their final day, they ventured onto the beach, shaken. A local fisherman noticed their haunted expressions and asked what was wrong. Emily mentioned the knocking and the woman in the water. The man went silent. Then he told them, "Local legend. Woman drowned herself here in '68. They never found the body. Folks say she knocks 3 times. If you answer, she comes back inside." That night, back in Seattle, Emily got a phone call from an unlisted number. She picked up. 3 knocks. Then the call ended. Story 3, The House That Vanished. Location, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. 1955, rediscovered 2007. This story didn't surface until 2007 when hikers found a house hidden deep in the dunes of Cape Cod. A house not on any map. Weather-beaten, sunken into sand, overtaken by vines. Inside were belongings that dated back to the 1950s. Clothes, newspapers, rotten food in the pantry. On the table was a letter, yellowed and curled. "If someone finds this, know we didn't just disappear. The house did. Time moves strange here. We hear voices in the tide. We tried to leave, but the shore is gone now. Please don't come in." Police investigated. The house matched the description of a family vacation home lost during Hurricane Diane in 1955, swept away in what was thought to be a flood. The family inside, David and Margaret Harrow and their 2 sons, were never found, declared dead. But inside the house, The photos hadn't aged. The Harrow family smiled in frames as if the pictures were taken yesterday. Local authorities sealed the area. But one man, a local historian named Will Parsons, broke the order and returned at night. He entered with a camera. He never came back. 2 weeks later, his phone was found on the beach 10 miles south. Its only video was 9 seconds long. The camera shakes violently as Will breathes heavily. A voice whispers, "You shouldn't be here." Then silence. And at the end, the sound of waves crashing inside the house. The video ends with Will turning the camera to the window. The ocean is inches from the glass. The tide had followed him in.